All right, so we are ready for our week's checklist. And this week we're going to be continuing doing one last check on those supporting details. So in this lesson, all we're going to be doing is using that checklist on slide 23 to give our essay one final revision, see if there's anything else we need to change. Materials for this lesson is, as always, your notebook for taking notes, that handwritten revised essay from our previous lesson that's got all the nice colors and highlights and additions and subtractions and all of that. We want that close at hand so that we can make any other little revisions we need to it. And you might want to still have some highlighters, colored pens, and pencils. And of course, we can't go anywhere without our writing workbook. So let's get to the checklist. Here I am on slide 23, and I have my full essay with all of those highlights and strike-throughs, deletes, additions, everything in it that I've been working on so hard in all of the previous week's lessons. And I'm just going to quickly go through my checklist, and just to make sure one last time that I've done everything I need to for this week. So this week we're focusing on supporting details. And the first question I want to answer is, are my supporting details suitable and relevant? Are they good? Now, if you spent time on slides 20, 21, and 22 and really dug down deep into your body paragraphs, then you should be able to say, yeah, they're all good for this question. But I'm going to do one last check. So on slide 20, I looked at my body paragraph 1, and I decided that most of them were good, except for this idea here that I changed from they help their mother to they always treat people with respect. So that's a better idea. Good. In my second body paragraph, I said mostly it's good, but I don't like this idea here in the middle about they know how to make me cry. That's not relevant. No one wants a friend that makes them cry. And I changed it to, they'll even laugh at my jokes when they're not funny. I'm still looking for that friend who'll laugh at my jokes. And then in my third body paragraph, I said, oh, I don't like this sentence here about they like the same food as I do. That's not really relevant to this paragraph. And instead, I want to say something about they should share funny videos or cool new songs with me, because we sharing things. And I also added another detail at the end to further support my opinion there that we should always try to do nice things for each other. So yeah, I've made some changes. I've checked it. I know that all of my details are good and relevant. So I'm going to give myself a nice big check and a smiley face on that one. Then the next point that I want to look at here is, did I use enough explanations, examples, if sentences, numbers, stories to support my ideas? And again, on slides 20, 21, and 22, I checked to see that I used explanations, I used examples, and I used if sentences. I didn't really use any numbers or stories to support my ideas, but I think it's going to be okay. I think that I've done a good job because we're really focusing on those explanations, examples, if sentences. But maybe you used more numbers. Maybe you used more stories for yours, and so that's okay. We are all supporting our opinions in different ways. That's what makes it interesting and unique. So I did use a good variety, though, of explanations and examples and if sentences. So I think that this essay is looking pretty good. I've worked on my introduction. I've corrected my topic sentences. I've looked at my opinion language, my phrases for giving an opinion, and now I've looked at my supporting details, and they're all good and relevant. I'm feeling really good. We've got one more big revision to look at in the coming weeks before we get to our final draft, but I'm not going to tell you what that is. You'll have to see when we come back. So let's review this lesson today. In this lesson, we use the checklist to check all the supporting details in our essay. And so now it's your turn. You're going to go to slide 23 to check, double check, triple check all of your supporting details. You're going to make any needed changes. Maybe there's a few little things that you found. And then when you're super happy with it, you're going to upload a picture of your revised essay right here. All right, so any questions? Talk to your teacher. We're here to help you. And finally, thank you for a great week of lessons, and I can't wait to see you again in our next round. And what we're doing, I don't know. It's really exciting. I can't wait till we find out. Until then,